Shabbat Shalom to all of you. We are now in beginning the third book of the Torah. This book, it has different names according to who they use it. We among the Jewish people, we call it this book Sefer Vayikra. Also, we call it Sefer HaKohanim, or the book of the priests. And in the Latin way and in the other ways, it's called Leviticus because it was about the Leviim or the Levites, the portion. Sometimes names are a little bit misleading and can give you the wrong idea. But this book has basically three portions, three functions, three areas. The first one is the area called the korbanot, or the offerings. The second portion is about the tahor and tamei, about what is clean or unclean, or what is right or what is wrong, or what is proper or what is not proper. And the third part is about holiness, separation of the Creator, about the people. And in these ones are described the duties of the priest, the priesthood. Also, this book is very interesting because it's just the continuation from the book of Shemot and takes part only in 1 month. If you go to Bamidbar HaSefer, to the book of Numbers, you are going to find that in that moment, it's telling you that in the second month of the second year, they start moving. But it tells us that from Vayikra, the first month of the second year, then the book of Vayikra only takes 1 month. After that, we go to the book of Bamidbar. But there is a lot of teachings and a lot of principles. As you know, I have come here and this year to teach you about the Torah, not in the function of being theological or to trying to be philosophical or to trying to be smarter than anybody else or any sages or any rabbi. Totally the contrary. What I am trying to bring to you is the Torah application in our life for today. You know, and I don't know, you put attention in the last words of the song of blessing for the children. That the Lord protect you, and that the Lord help you, and the Lord take care of you, and the Lord be with you. And this is a part also of the Kohanim brachot, the blessings of the priest. It's about that the Lord is always with us, no matter what the situation is. We are not alone. We are going through a very hard time, something very unusual that we have never experienced in our lifetime. No, the last plague that had been very big was the 1918, they called the Spanish plague. And you know, I don't think there is nobody here from 1918 that still has memories of that. Then we are all here experiencing something new. All the world is totally paralyzed. We are being in quarantine and we are separated or isolated. Some of us, for the first time, we are learning to be a family, even that we didn't want to, because we are pushed to be together. You know, the modern times have changed so much our normal ways that we are no any longer accustomed to live in community. Totally the contrary, we have become very individualistic people. And we do whatever we want to do, and we do not care about community. What is good for me is okay. Whatever other people are going through, that is their problem. But now that we have been called to be secluded and to be in isolation, we are looking for ways to have certain ways to talk and to deal with other people, our situation. And can share with others, and the others are going to be able to understand you because you are not alone in what you're going through. Everybody's going through something. And it's becoming more difficult because sometimes you do not know how to express those feelings that you have. You know, there is a great relationship with this portion. Believe me or not, sometimes we do not understand the relationship, but there is a great relationship. This book of Leviticus, Vayikra, starts with the word Vayikra, and he called. Now, this is a very interesting word. And you see in the regular Sofer, Vayikra, in the parchment, where I read it in the Hebrew, the word Vayikra, the last letter, is very small, the Aleph. And what it indicates that when the Lord calls us sometimes, he doesn't want to impose on us, but at the same time, he wants to call on us and to put attention on what he's saying. Is the Creator humble himself because of us? How much we need to humble toward him? And this is a very difficult thing to understand. All of us, without exception, when we are born, the first thing that we think is we are the center of the universe. We are the only one that we have been born. You know, like they say, we are the last Coca-Cola in the desert. Well, right now, you are learning that that's not the case. That you are not alone, but you are not the only one. There are others. But when he says Vayikra, what he's telling you and he's asking you is to listen to him. He's calling you for something special. You know, all of us, we have a special calling. And he knows us more than we know ourselves. And he is going to direct our lives. And sometimes through the right way, and sometimes we trying to go to the wrong way, we are going to come back to the right way. You know, there are people that they like to go through the walls instead to use the doors. You know, but sometimes we learn that it's very hard to go through the walls. We need to learn to walk through the doors. It's easier when you open a door that you go through instead of trying to make your own hole in the wall. Well, here, the Creator is calling all of us, and each one of us is going to have a special assignment. You know, at the beginning of this portion, it's going to talk about the people of Israel, and it's going to talk about one idea first. It's called korbanot, korban. The word korban comes from the word kereb, that means to come near or to be close to or to approach something. You know, and this is how the Creator is going to instruct these people. I don't know what is anybody's level, and I don't know which are you understanding about the Jewish way to read the scriptures. I call it a biblical Judaism, you know, about how the Creator reveals himself to us, especially in this time through Moshe Rabbeinu, our great leader, Moses, to bring us his word, especially the basic word, the 10 Commandments, and they are universal. It's for all mankind. You know, it has been a misunderstanding, and sometimes our sages, for trying to do things and not to trying to impose on nobody, you know, teach wrong things. And that is what is very sad, because us as Jewish people, we have the responsibility to bring the true word of God, not what is more convenient, but what the word of God say and what the principles are. The 10 Commandments, where the basic of the constitution of the universal constitution of the world, is for everybody. It's not only for Jewish people, not for Israel in the sense, it's for everybody. Israel received these commandments And these commandments were to be given to the world. That's the reason that the title of Israel is Or Legoyim, give life to the world. Then here need to start with Israel now that is coming out of slavery, is coming out of idolatry. You know, I don't know how many of you grew up as Jews, and I don't know how many of you grew up with other religions. But one thing I can tell you, all of us we have grew up with something. And we have been made, taught, and we have taught different things. And our heads, when we were very young, has assimilated, they have accepted certain ideas that we have made it our own ideas, and we have made it our own paradigms. You know, that are our truth. And because of that, wherever somebody says something different to what we believe, is our system of belief, we consider that they are out of place. And even sometimes we get upset when somebody challenges our beliefs. You know, I always say to people, you don't need to be worried about challenge. What you need to be worried about is that if you do not know, if you don't search for, that's when you need to worry. But you always need to be searching. And here is happening something with Israel. Israel is coming after more than 200 years from slavery under the pressure of another nation over them, who has told them what to believe and what to do and what not to do. And they have seen their environment, and they have grew up in a very idolatrous environment, you know, in a pagan environment. And they have taken that as natural. The children and the children were learning that process, and they were forgetting where they were coming from. And they accepted those as truth. And that they are coming out, and the Creator is taking them out. Remember this, Israel left Egypt not by their will, was the Creator who took them out. And indirectly, you can read in the Torah that were literally forced to leave because were thrown out by even for the people who have them as a slave for many years, for a long time. They asked them to leave. They would prefer to stay in that stage of slavery. That is men. When men is very comfortable, don't move my chair, don't move my place. Then the Creator forced Israel to start changing, and start changing the dependency. Today, here, how we apply that. All of us, without exception, we are very, very, I wouldn't say scared, but we are very without control. And we don't have the control anymore. And we are controlled by other means. You know, remember Israel was taken out of Egypt, and they needed to change the control. Who controlled them? And now they told them, now you need to do it on your own. You have the Creator. And we are in the same situation. We are in a situation that we are totally in a different situation that we do not understand. And we do not know in whom to depend. Many of us, we do not know when is going to come our next pay. We don't know how we are going to pay certain things. We don't know what is the situation later on. And we are scared about to go out if we come to contract that disease. Everything is that we do not have control. And the Creator, when took Israel out of Egypt, need to go through this process and to reveal on them trust, to relearn to trust on Him. And how you can trust on someone that you don't know? Then you need to go to a process that you understand or you have been accustomed to. The Creator allowed to have these korbanot, or these offerings, to bring closer to the people, because they were accustomed to those ideas. But he started changing the direction of this korbanot and the meaning of these korbanot, of this offering. He was leading them to totally focus on him, not to focus on any other thing. You know, at that time, when Israel left Egypt, there were many temples, there were many places, and you could go any place that you wanted, and you needed something, you go to this God, and you needed money, you went to the other God, and you needed a house, you went to the other God, and you needed a companion for your life, you went to another God. There were gods for everything. Here, the Creator is going to tell Israel that there is only one. He is, blessed be his name, and there is no other like him. And now you cannot go anywhere that you wanted, and you cannot do whatever you want to. Now you need to go through the way that the Creator is telling you. Why? First of all, our God, the beginning again, they call it, is a God of order. And he didn't want that everybody get panicking or everybody will do whatever they wanted to do. No, bring it together. Let's reason together. Let's talk together. Let's see each other. You know, when you are under a stress situation, the first thing that you need to do is to calm down. Stop, breathe like twice if you can, or even 3 times. Take an air and slow down. Getting excited, you won't go anywhere. You're going to do things worse. And then start checking what is things that needs to be done. What is I can do, what is the thing I cannot do. And accept the situation the way and trying to see what you can do and what you cannot do. And that will be very helpful. And then you need to start looking at how the Creator is covering us and helping us, because we are not alone. He is with us. Then he does the same thing with Israel. You know, our God is like a father and mother. In this process, he is acting like a mother. We are very young, and he's breastfeeding us for a period of time. We are babies, and we need to grow. And meanwhile he's breastfeeding us, he is teaching us certain things, and we are learning fast. And there's a moment that he needs to take you away from the breastfeeding because you have grown up already. And that disengagement produces pain too. Because it's very easy to be dependent and do somebody else do everything for you. It's very easy that somebody else solve your problems. No? And here is when he basically gives us the next step, very clear, is what I call it Vayikra Chofshi. This idea about the free will. At the beginning, here in this test that he's giving to us, he said that he said to the people of Israel, to the men, you know, here it doesn't use the term, very interesting, doesn't use the term ish, use the term, or doesn't use the term Israel, he used the term Adam. And what it means, he said, Adam ki yikrib miken korban ladonai. That you men who will bring to me an offering. But how is the offering? The offering is not obligatory. It's to anyone that wants to bring it. It's teaching here that you are not forced neither to believe in him, neither to bring offerings to him. It's up to you. That's what I call a Vayikra Chofshi. He's giving you responsibility. And he's going to accept only those ones that bring it. And he say, he say, Ohel moed yakrib oto lirsono. Bring it this gift to me voluntarily. No? Then everything that you do from that moment on is up to you. You are responsible for whatever you do. Now, there are many religions that they teach you that depending on God, on the Creator, blessed be His name, means that the only thing that you need to do is to cross your arms and pray. And God is going to protect you. You know, I'm going to tell you this in a very simple way. And there is a religion that is growing very fast. It's called Islam. The word Islam, what it means is total submission. You know, and they believe, for example, that you are crossing the street and a car is coming, you don't need to run. Because it's up to Allah. The will of Allah, who is going to, is He going to protect you or He's not going to protect you? You know, we Jewish people, we have believed that when we cross the street and we see the car coming, we run. Okay? We don't wait to be run over the car. Because, you know, our God has given us legs and He has given us brains to think for ourselves. And this is responsibility. And then in this process of the korbanot, when we bring something to the Creator, it's not because we want to appease Him, as other religions teach you, or we want to make it nice, or but it's coming to say, we are sharing with you and we are together because we are coming closer. You know, you have been invited to a home. And sometimes we come in my home when we celebrate Erev Shabbat dinners. You know, I invite people. Most of the people come with something. You know, they don't need to bring anything, but they come. We bring something. Why? Because it's a manner of saying to the host, we are here and we also want to share. You know, but it's not obligatory. With the Creator, the idea is that we are offering honors, but those honors are also to share with us. Not only it's for all of us. We are in this process right now. All of us, we are being isolated. All of us, we are home. And because we are here together, you know, we have a lot of things in common right now. I say to you, mothers are learning to be better mothers because they need to be with their children for 24 hours. You know, it's no way that you can get out. Fathers are learning to be fathers because they need to be with their children 24 hours. They don't have a choice. You know, it's very easy. You know, one of them, I need to work. You know, I was no long going to the bank. You could go to the bank. I need to make a line. And they were talking to ladies. And one lady was saying something like this, you know, my life is being very complicated right now. I need to be with my children all the time. And I don't know what to do. And they drive me crazy. You know, this is the mothers, eh? And she said, how much I miss to go to my work. She was saying that, how much it means to go to my work, you know, and to leave my children at the school or in the babysitting, whatever was the place. I was free. Now, you know, look at how far we have gone about the nature of us as human beings. And with the fathers, it's the same idea. I cannot talk about other fathers. I can talk only about me. To me, I was so happy. I traveled so much. I was so many times away from home. You know, when I come back home, I was a visitor. I was not a father. I was wrong. And now more than ever, I am learning many things. Now that I have a granddaughter that is so wonderful. I learn things that, and you see, and you want to transfer to your children, that the most important thing is the first years of your children. Let me put it in the relationship with our Heavenly Father, the Borei Olam, the Creator. He helps us as children, and He takes time with us. And there's nothing more beautiful when you're a child to have your parents close to you. Why? Because they give you a sense of security. They give you a sense of safety. They give you a sense of belonging. They give you a sense of you are someone. Many of us, we have not had that. But our children can have it. This is the reason that this book of Vayikra is so important. Because it's going to teach us about the areas that we need to be aware. In this portion, there are 5 different korbanot that are mentioned. The first one is the Olah. That means the ascending. Many Bibles, they translate it as the burnt offering. I would like to translate it as what it means. Olah means elevating. Secondly, the second one is the mincha. The mincha is all that what I would call it the dry offering, the cereals, the flowers, all vegetables. The third offering is called hatah. And hatah is translated to me in the wrong way as the sin offering, but it will be better translated as the missing the blank, missing the target. That's what it really means. The fourth one is called shelamim, and is the what we call it the peace offering, the offering of greatness and thanksgiving, the Torah offering, the thanksgiving offering, the giving thanks for all the things that we shall receive. And the fifth one, that is the most difficult sometimes to understand, is the asham, that is called the guilty offering, the guilt offering. I say to everybody, we Jewish people, the offering that we like most is the asham, the guilt offering. I say to people, we the Jewish people, we are the only nation that if we don't have guilt, we buy guilt. We love to buy something for us. In that way, we have something to feel sorry. No, because that wouldn't be good if we don't have guilt. And our eternal God, blessed be He wants for us the best things. Then He gives us all these 5 things offering, and each one has a reason. And each one plays a very important in your own psyche. It's very interesting. Works in your mind, where in your behavior, where in your deeds. Everything. The Olah is totally a relationship with the Creator alone. The Hatah, the Mincha is what we call it the parallel to the Olah, but only in the area of cereals or vegetables. No blood. Why? Because the Creator wants to teach us something. Some people have learned wrong. They say only through blood there is forgiveness of sin. And that is a totally wrong saying, because there is no forgiveness for intentional sins. I forgot to tell you that. At the end of this portion, you're going to see that there is no forgiveness for intentional sins. It is only for unintentional. The only way that you can receive true forgiveness is through teshuvah, to returning to the Creator, coming back to Him. And what it means is coming to Him and confessing. Doesn't mean that you need to kill yourself, only to be honest and confess and tell Him what you have done. That's the way. The other ones are for relationship. This one, the intentional sin, the only way that you pay intentional sin is through teshuvah. Blood doesn't erase any sin. Because the mincha, the second type of korbanot, is used for olat, is used also for hatah, is used also for shelamin, and is used also for asham. And you can use it. I mean, but there's no blood. Because there's no blood necessary. Our God is not a thirsty blood drinker. You know, this is pagan ideas. But why He puts these two together? Why He put first the olah, the animal, and then He put the second one, korbanot, put the cereals or the vegetable or the dry offering. Everything is related to the Torah. If you look at Bereshit, Genesis, chapter 4, verses 3 and 4, you're going to see there the relationship between Cain and Abel. And if you read it there, you're going to see the Creator, Cain and Abel, the twin brother, or the two brothers, they were not twins, they were two brothers, they came to offer to the Creator to do korbanot. And what they offer is, Abel brings the first thing that he had, because he was a shepherd, brings a lamb or an animal, no, and offer to God. And God accepted, very happy, very, very joyful. Then comes Cain and brings his offering. He was a farmer. He brings the dry offering. And God doesn't accept him. And he gets very upset. Many people, many theologians have developed this idea that the reason that God didn't accept Cain's offering was because he didn't bring the blood. If he wanted to be accepted, he could buy from his farm, from his dry goods, he could buy one lamb from his brother and offer God a lamb. And then he will be accepted because of blood. That's not what the Torah says. The Torah teaches very clear. It is not what you offer, it's how do you offer. Do you understand this part? It's not how you offer, it's no. Offer with his heart the first things of his animal. Abel offered whatever, didn't need it. Took whatever, but not with his heart. That's the difference. And whatever we do, and we serve God, we need to learn that we need to do it wholeheartedly. We need to do it because it comes from us, not because we are obligated to do it. How many people pray because they need to pray to get something, like a lottery? How many of us, we pray because we want to have a relationship with the Creator? This is a big difference. Why do you do something? Because there is, after after the free will, what do you have? You have the kavanah. The Vayikra of Shear, the free will, is going to next step is the kavanah. And what is kavanah? Is the intention. And what our Creator measured to all of us is the intention of our hearts. And this is why it's so important that we understand about that it is in this process that we are right now with the COVID-19 and with the isolation and with we be separated from each other. Let's live up to Him, our prayers. They are going to be accepted by Him because we are doing wholeheartedly and because we love Him. Not only because we need Him, but we want to do it because who He is. Because He is our Father, our Heavenly Father, and He is taking care of us, even if we don't see it right now. And even that we see the situations so unclear, we are not alone. You and I, we are together. You and I, we are not alone. And we have that hope because of Him, who He is. Be strong. Last week when we finished the second book of the Torah, we say, Hasak, Hasak, Beni Hasek. Be strong, be fortified. Don't fall in fear, in panic. Do not allow that. Totally the contrary. Be strong, and at this time, use all what the Creator has given to you. You can think for yourself, you can act for yourself, do what is right. Be careful not to do things that are going to jeopardize your situation with your family. And this time, let's be together, talking to each other when we have time. I have on Tuesdays, I have a group in Spanish that we can talk. On Wednesday, we have a group in English that we can talk. I invite you, to those ones who have not been able to come into this conversation, to participate and to talk to each other. We not necessarily we need to talk all the time about the Torah. We can talk about what is going on, because the Torah is only a book of principles, of values, for helping us to live our lives. Living is giving. That's what the Torah teaches. Living, Torah is doing. Torah is not only crossing your arms and many people say praying. Totally the contrary. The prayers that God accepts are the actions that we take and the action that we do. Our God is a God of a practical. It is not only mea culpa. It's a God of action. And you know what? Our God loves us. Ahava. That word, that verb is so strong because it's a word of action. If you love someone, it's because you do something for that person. You care for that person. Love is not about feelings. Love is about action. And our God loves us and takes care of us. Well, I think I went over my hour. Thank you so much for your attention to this time and for allowing me to share with you this very special and important portion of the beginning of the third book of the Torah, Vayikra. Amen.